Excited. So, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into an exciting opportunity in Calgary's housing market. You've probably heard of the phrase, buy the dip in investing. But did you know that it can also apply to real estate too? Right now, Calgary's housing market is showing signs of a dip with rising inventory and softening prices in certain areas. This video, we will break down the latest market data, explaining why this could be a golden opportunity for buyers and highlight where you might find the best deals. Stick around and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more real estate insight. So, let's get to it. Let's start with the big picture. According to the latest data from July, Calgary's housing inventory has surged to 6,917 units. That's a level we haven't seen since before the pandemic, and it's higher than long-term trends. Why is this happening? Well, a lot of the growth is coming from newer communities where developers are adding more homes to the market. This increase in supply is putting downward pressure on prices, with the city's total residential benchmark price dropping 4% from its peak in June 2024. Now, this doesn't mean prices are crashing or the value of your home is taking a dive. As Anne Marie Lurie, chief economist at the Calgary Real Estate Board, points out, price declines aren't happening everywhere. And even where they are, they haven't wiped out the gains we've seen over the past few years. But with sales slowing down by 12% compared to last year, only 2,099 homes sold in July, and new listings jumping over by 8% to 3,011 units, the market is definitely shifting. Factors like economic uncertainties from tariffs, no further cuts in lending rates, and competition from new homes are all playing a role. So, let's get into the specifics by property type, because not all homes are seeing the same trends. This is where the opportunities really start to show up. First up, detached homes, or anything that is not sharing a wall, okay? For the first time since 2020, the amount of supply for detached homes hit 3 months, which means the market is more balanced than it's been in years. Sales dropped to 1,031 units in July, while new listings were nearly 10% higher than last year. The benchmark price for detached homes is now $761,800, that is 1% down from last year. But here's where it gets interesting. The Northeast and the East districts are seeing the biggest price drops, around 5%, while the city center actually saw prices rise by nearly 2%. So if you're looking in the Northwest or South districts, supply is still tighter with less than 3 months of inventory. So those areas might not offer as much of a dip. The next one is semi-detached homes. So the semi-detached, really, you're just sharing one wall with your neighbor. That's it. Or they're also called half duplexes. Sales are down 11% year to date, with only 187 sales in July and 549 units in inventory. Like detached homes, the months of supply hit 3 months, a level not seen since 2021. The benchmark price is $697,500. That is up 1% from last July. The city center is seeing the strongest price growth at nearly 3%, but the Northeast, the East, and the North districts have seen price declines. So, if you're hunting for a deal, those districts might be your best bet. So, row homes or townhomes. So they are like, how will I say it? They are like a block of duplexes all attached together. So row homes are another areas to watch. Sales are down, but new listings and inventories are up, pushing the month of supply to over 3 months. The Northeast District is particularly soft with nearly 5 months of supply, while the city center, the Northwest, the South, and the Southeast are tighter under 3 months. Prices for townhomes or row homes are down nearly 4% from last year, but year to date they are holding steady. The Northeast and the North Districts are where you will see price declines, while other areas are still seeing gains. Now, for one of my favorite of them all, apartment condominiums. Finally, this is where it stands out. With 1,014 new listings and only 508 sales in July, the sales to new listing ratio is at 50% and inventory is at 2,097 units. That pushed the months of supply above 4 months, the highest since 2021. Okay. The benchmark price is $329,600. That is 1% down from last month and nearly 5% from last year. The Northeast, North, Southeast, and East districts are seeing declines, while the West, South, and Northwest are holding steady on growing. So, if you're looking for a condo, this is where the dip is deepest. Okay, now let's zoom out to other surrounding areas because the trend varies by region. Edry. In Edry, sales are down 14% from last July, with rows and apartment sales taking the biggest hit. Inventory is up to 543 units, the highest July level since 2018, and the months of supply is over 3 months. The benchmark price is $532,800, down nearly 4% from last year, though year-to-date prices are only slightly lower. So, if you're looking for a deal, Edry's increased supply and softer prices could be a great opportunity. Cochrane. When I hear Cochrane, I think about Marquez ice cream. The best. Anyways, no advertising. Cochrane is a bit different. Sales are only down 7% in July, and year-to-date sales are 23%, higher than long-term trends. New listings hit a record high for July, pushing inventory to the highest level since 2019, and the month of supply above 3 months. The benchmark price is $590,000, up over 2% from last year and 4% year to date. Cochrane's market is still strong, but the rising supply could signal some softening ahead. Okotoks. Okotoks is the tightest market of the three, with a sales to new listing ratio of 71%. So Okotoks is actually in a seller's market and just over 2 months of supply. The benchmark price is $628,500, slightly down from last year's month, but higher than last year. Year-to-date prices are up over 2%. So if you want a market that is still competitive but showing signs of balance, Okotoks might be worth a look. So why should you care about all of this, really? The data is clear. Rising inventory and slower sales are creating a buyer's market in certain segments, especially apartments and townhomes or row homes in the Northeast and the North District. With prices down 4 to 5% in some areas, this could be a chance to get into the market at a lower price point than last year's peak. Plus, with supply levels not seen since before the pandemic, you've got more choices as a buyer. That said, don't expect these conditions to last forever. Markets can shift quickly, and areas like the city center and Okotoks are still showing strength. All right, that's the breakdown of Calgary's housing market dip. If you're thinking about buying, now could be the right time to act, especially in high supply areas like the Northeast and for apartments and townhomes. So what do you think? Have you noticed these trends in your area? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and share with anyone looking to buy in Calgary. For more real estate tips and market updates, check out our other videos right here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next month. Did I say next month? In the next one. Yeah, I will see you in the next one. I am so hungry right now, to be honest. And oh, I want you to check this house out. So there's this house that is on the market right now. And yeah, look at it. Ooh, so beautiful, right? I know. Like the natural light that comes out of this house is amazing. And yeah, if you want to know more about it, please let me know, and I'll book a private tour for you and you alone. Okay? So, anyways, I'm out of here. Peace out. Bye.